The video spread like wildfire. A grainy image, a lifeless body, Mohbad. It was September 12, 2023. The news ripped through Nigeria, leaving a nation reeling. This wasn't just another celebrity death, this felt different, this felt wrong. Mohbad, the young musician whose star had only just begun to rise, was gone. His music, a blend of streetwise grit and infectious energy, had resonated with millions. Fans stared at their screens, disbelief hardening into grief. This wasn't the ending anyone deserved, least of all, Mohbad. The questions began almost immediately. How could this be? What happened? The answers, when they came, only deepened the mystery. A funeral followed with unsettling speed. Mohbad, barely cold, was laid to rest. The haste raised eyebrows. Whispers began to circulate. Something wasn't right. Fans, heartbroken but observant, noticed discrepancies. A bent neck in the photos, a suspicious plaster patch. Wunmi, Mohbad's wife, claimed an ear infection as the cause of death. But the explanation rang hollow. The whispers grew louder. An ear infection? For a young, vibrant man like Mohbad? The seed of doubt, once planted, quickly took root. Rumors, like venomous vines, began to choke the narrative. Each more outlandish, more sinister than the last. A fight with his friend, Prime Boy, record label bullying, assault. The stories multiplied, each adding another layer of confusion. Suspects came forward, their accounts contradicting the official narrative. Mohbad, they claimed, had been performing in Ikorodu just hours before his alleged death. The puzzle pieces refused to fit. The truth, it seemed, was buried beneath a mountain of speculation. The public, desperate for answers, clung to every word, every rumor. Amidst the swirling rumors, key figures emerged. Joseph Aloba, Mohbad's father, became a picture of grief and defiance. He spoke of a blood-soaked duvet and an embalmed body. His son, he insisted, had been murdered. Wunmi, on the other hand, maintained her stance. An ear infection, Prime Boy, Nurse, Jazz, Marleyan Records, etc. But her words lacked the ring of truth. The public, their trust shaken, began to question her role in the tragedy. The case became a tangled web of accusations and denials. Each statement, each interview only deepened the mystery. Who was telling the truth, and who was trying to hide it? Soma's Lens, unraveling the fabric of truth. Into this maelstrom stepped Soma, a private investigator. Armed with a keen eye and a thirst for justice, he began to pick apart the official narrative. What she found sent shockwaves through the nation. Edited videos hinting at stab wounds. Time-stamped photos suggested an earlier death on September 11th, a full day before the official timeline. Soma's investigation pointed to a chilling conclusion. Mohbad's death was no accident. She implicated several individuals: DJ Bami, Adura, Adawest, Darosha, and even Wunmi herself. The public, already suspicious, erupted in outrage. The demand for justice reached a fever pitch. The people's verdict, a cry for justice, a demand for answers. Nigerians, both at home and abroad, took to the streets. The hashtag #Justice for Mohbad trended globally. Protests erupted, fueled by anger and frustration. This wasn't just about a singer's death, it was about accountability, about a system that seemed to protect the guilty. Mohbad's music, once a source of joy, became an anthem for a movement. His lyrics, filled with tales of street struggles and survival, now resonated with a new urgency. The public had reached their verdict. Mohbad, they believed, had been murdered, and they wouldn't rest until the truth was revealed. The weight of evidence. An investigation stalled, a nation watching. An autopsy was conducted, but the results were inconclusive. Mohbad's body, too decomposed, held its secrets close. The investigation, bogged down by bureaucratic delays and conflicting testimonies, seemed to be going nowhere. Key witnesses like Naira Marley and Sam Larry were declared free with no involvement in the murder. The public watched, their hope for justice dwindling with each passing day. The weight of evidence, however, was undeniable. The anomalies, the contradictions, the sheer audacity of the cover-up, it all pointed to a meticulously orchestrated crime. Justice delayed, justice denied, the unanswered questions. Years have passed since that fateful September day, yet Mohbad's case remains unsolved. The questions linger, unanswered. Who killed Mohbad, and why? Wunmi, despite the cloud of suspicion hanging over her, has refused to take a DNA test. Her silence speaks volumes. The fight for justice continues. Mohbad's fans refuse to let his memory fade. They hold vigils, they organize fundraisers, they keep his story alive. But the pain of his loss, the frustration of unanswered questions remains. Mohbad's legacy, a life cut short, a song unfinished. Mohbad's story is a tragedy. A young life full of promise, extinguished too soon. His music, a reflection of his reality and his dreams, now serves as a reminder of the talent lost. But his story is also a testament to the power of truth, the resilience of hope. The fight for justice, though long and arduous, continues. Mohbad's song may have been cut short, but his legacy lives on. He became a symbol of a generation demanding accountability, transparency, and justice. His memory fuels the fire for a better Nigeria, a Nigeria where every life, every voice matters.